Hello, everyone. If you have been here before, thank you so much for joining. Welcome to Mala's Verse and welcome to the new ones. Today, we are going to do a pick a card on what have you forgotten. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 with this image, pile number 2 is this one, and pile number 3 is this image. So take a deep breath, breathe out through your mouth, relax into the moment, choose one or more piles, whichever ones you're drawn to, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. So let's see what your card says here. There's a message behind this card. And this card is going to tell us what have you forgotten, what is the theme of that. I will just looking at the image, I've perceived that this could be related to personal power, that you are facing issues in your personal power or in trusting yourself because of a lot of emotional issues or whatever you've experienced in connections that has not worked out for you or according to your expectations. So we have transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So yeah, fire is the element of transformation. And interestingly enough, probably this crystal, which is carnelian, is going to help you in your journey currently. Carnelian is associated with self-confidence. I would say, yes, I perceive that it is associated with the solar plexus, but I would say it can also help ease your sacral chakra, so your self-expression, your emotions. With although this deck is about or based on just lovers, but I am seeing this as your relationship not just with another person but with everybody. And probably there's a requirement of easing into forgiveness. Pile number 1. But with what you've forgotten is I am perceiving that the essence of how you love unconditionally is something you might have forgotten. And not with unconditional love, I truly mean unconditional, that there is no strings attached of any expectations, any projections, or not getting salty about how someone treated you. I'm not saying you don't become aware, you definitely become aware, but you love from a distance without any prejudice, without any, resentment or anger towards the person in terms of what happened in the past. I perceive that you have that skill, and you probably operated from that heart space when you were a child. It's just that you've forgotten now. So I'm going to see why or how you forgot that essence through these tarot cards here. This is the Chrysalis Tarot. Okay, so wow, we have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, the Sorceress. I'm going to place that here, and yep, we have 5 of stones. So you might have faced abandonment, and we are not going to take this upright. So we have Death in reverse. We have 5 of stones, Ace of scrolls, which is Ace of swords, and we have, I am unsure how to pronounce this, but Ariadne, please correct me if I'm wrong, and this is the Death card. And see how she's holding the bull symbol, I think, here. And Death card is ruled by Scorpio, but its sister sign is Taurus. So a lot of you might be Taurus, or you might have experienced issues related to the house that Taurus rules, which is the second house. So it could be finances, luxury, as far as I remember. And five of stones also represents not having luxury. In its literal meaning is lack of resources, also feeling abandoned. So you might have had a childhood which created this. So pile number two, sorry, wow, I'm already referring to you as pile number two. Maybe you have some messages there. So with the high priestess, and we have, I see the 10 of stones as the exact opposite of 5 of stones. Like this is 0, so that's 100. And we have justice here. Wow, wow, wow. Too many cards, too much information coming through pile number one. And we have the 10 of stones below the sorceress, which is the high priestess. So you guys are extremely intuitive, very, very intuitive. I would say good manifestors. It's just that because you experienced a lot of lack of trust through, it's not even through, it's that you might have seen people in your family or close circle betray you or betray the loved ones around you, which has created that lack of trust in others, and essentially also lack of trust in your own self, in your own capacity to gauge if a person is right or not. I am not saying that you didn't know this, because with the high priestess here at the bottom of the deck, I feel that you did perceive anybody and everyone you encountered energetically. To an extent, you perceived them correctly. It's just that you seem like a person, like I said, who is drawn towards unconditional love, or who has a lot of unconditional love within. So you might be a person who could have given a lot of chances to people. You seem like an old soul as well. So you might, with this chances, I perceive that like you are a person who has a lot of patience. And I know I'm breaking a lot, I feel, because I feel like there's a lot of information within you that needs to come through. Journaling is definitely going to help you with that. It's the key to move out of this energy and remember this unconditional love that you have. It's just that you are such a, of course, as we come into the earth, we are not at the beginning stages influenced by those around us as much. We have our own sovereign thinking, and it is so clear because we would react in situations mostly when the energy didn't feel right, if you look at it when we were children. So but you internalize so much of it that you started not to trust or distrust your own self. With the death in reverse, I do perceive that there might have been a physical death in the family, which also, and afterwards the way things played out, the way everyone changed probably, or you saw some people's true colors, and I perceive that that also made you hesitant about having more kindness more than anything else for others. And I'm not saying you outrightly projected this. You might have been or still are very formal in your approach and very kind. I mean, kind in the sense that you're not disrespectful, but there is still a lot of resentment and still a lot of, why did you do this? How could you possibly, do that to me or my loved ones? And an energy like that. So, with transformation and the line that says love conquers and transforms all things, it's that you knew how to work with this energy before your consciousness got, I would say, cluttered with other people's opinions and their energies, because I perceive that you're highly intuitive and highly sensitive. So that means you might be picking up their energy and making it your own and solidifying it in your being physically. So there might be issues related to either stiffness within the body or weight gain or even weight loss, I would say. So probably bringing this more into your energy field, realizing the essence of unconditional love, where you are in total allowance of what people do. That doesn't mean like you let them walk all over you. You just be in allowance of whatever they choose. And whenever you want to be clear and you want to be that killing energy, is what I learned from Access Consciousness, one of the modalities that I use, and it has definitely helped me a lot, because I'm also somewhat similar here. I mean, I could say that this is probably one of my past. Well, we'll see as we move further along. Even then, the point is that there's genuine, intention behind your actions to be loving and kind to others. But because of whatever you've experienced, there's a strong defensiveness. You don't want people to come in, but at the same time you're yourself not very happy, and you're not able to, I perceive, with the death in reverse, move forward, pile number one, because of this. So it's very important that you remember the essence of unconditional love that you have, and the first person you need to show this to is you yourself. You need to forgive yourself wherever you thought you were wrong in assessing people. It's just that your essence got mixed with other people's energies, and that's a-okay, absolutely okay, because we are in this realm. Things do get mixed up. It's just that now you know better. Now you might know tools as to how to clear your energy, or how to think in a way that's kinder to yourself. Listen to affirmations. One person I would definitely recommend is Louise Hay. Her affirmations, or even her book, You Can Heal Your Life, oh my God, it's a treasure in itself. It's, I would say, the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita of transforming and becoming kinder to yourself. It's including it includes a lot of simple exercises, but when done repeatedly, they are very, very powerful. So I would recommend that book to you. That's from my personal experience. So let's see, if you learn to integrate this in your current situation, what will that create? I wonder if you know of Saint Germain or the Violet Flame, and Archangel Zadkiel. These three energies are something you can connect with. While number one, and it's going to help you help you a lot. So Archangel Zadkiel, his spelling is Z or Z, A for Apple, D for Delhi, India, K for, which one is that? I was going to say Kerala. That's where I'm from, but it could be just K for kites, the things that you fly. I for ivory, E for elephant, L for London. So that's how you pronounce it, or at least, sorry, how you spell it out. And you can search for Archangel Zadkiel's energy. Yeah, although he's not the archangel of forgiveness, but I feel like this higher level of knowledge that you have, connecting with his energy, is going to bring you clarity about it. And the violet flame would probably be a great flame to protect yourself in, so creating a layer of violet flame around you. Let's see how is it going to influence your current situation once you learn to integrate unconditional love. See, I mean, how does, and do you see the similarity in colors? See, we have greens here, we have purple here, and I'm just, do we need another card? We have change and we have freedom. So I'm just going to read what it says here. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And death in reverse is like the epitome of stuck energy, because as far as I remember, Scorpio in itself is fixed energy. So it's going to feel, I am sure it's not going to feel, I'm sure you're currently feeling very stuck and hardened in your situation. And we have freedom here. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So don't let your happiness, let your ease be defined by somebody other than you. Don't make monetary gain or money or material wealth such a big issue that you're not able to see your own capacity. Because like I said, you guys are powerful manifestors, so I'm not saying that you do actually put in a lot of action in creating what you would like to create, but there is this transformation that would come in through integrating more unconditional love, more forgiveness. It's going to give you that, that nitro that's there in Fast and Furious movies in the within the cars. uh, your energetic alignment is going to be that tool to the action you're already taking. So how is it going to influence you? You're going to become more grateful. I would say start being grateful already. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents, because I feel like the more you integrate this energy, it's going to open your third eye, it's going to expand your consciousness, expand your crown chakra as well. And I perceive you'll be very clear in your self expression also, pile number one. Wow. This seems like a very, as the card says, an extremely transformative energy. So I'm just going to pull one mindful living inspiration card for you as a support or a guidance that you can use at this point in time. So to end the reading and wrap up the energy of this reading, what is the mindful living inspiration for my pile number one? Just one card, please. But we have two cards, so let's see. We have we have managing frustration affirmation. I'm going to read that one. And we have nervous system affirmation. And what did I tell you guys? Listen to Louise Hay and affirmation audios. So you can take a screenshot if you would like. It says, I'm centered in my body. I dissipate frustration by using tools such as breathing, a walk, a glass of water, or chanting a few rounds of mantra. Just chanting Om Namah Shivaya has been such a transformational tool for me, or even just chanting Om for a while. You can set a number if you would like to, and whatever feels aligned to you. Whenever you do it with the intention of transforming and kindness and allowance and more consciousness, it's not going to hurt anybody. And definitely connect with your guides. I feel like you're already connected, but this is going to improve that connection. Or I would say, not just that, probably they are wanting to help you out, while number one. And that's going, when you open up to receiving help from them, it's going to help you manage your frustration as well. With nervous systems affirmation, it says, I reduce the stress chemicals of adrenaline and cortisol in my system by taking a sacred pause. Like I said, with carnelian here, I perceive that it could help you with your sacral chakra as well, which is your second chakra, Swadhisthana. I think it's Swadhisthana. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, it's going to help you ease a lot of emotional issues that you might have connecting with this energy. It could initiate or trigger a purge or a release. Please let yourself go through that. Please let yourself release that out of your system. If it's not crying, maybe you will be drawn towards exercising, so let it come out in the form of sweat. But let yourself receive that gift from your guides and move past this. So I hope that was helpful, pile number one. I am referring to you as pile number two again, like I'm being drawn to that. So definitely look at pile number two if you feel that that is the pile for you, like that pile might have some messages. Anyway, thank you so much for joining. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in future readings. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. So, this card here is going to represent what have you forgotten. Hmm. It's interesting. Oh, this is probably why I was referring to pile number one as pile number two. So you might be drawn to pile number one as well, because the butterfly here represents transformation, and there was, to me, it represents transformation, and there were messages of transformation and something on those lines in pile number one. So if you are drawn to that, please go ahead and watch that one as well. I perceive you guys have forgotten that you need to ground in your energy and be more connected to Mother Earth. You probably are being in your own cocoon inside your house or in your routine in such a way that you're not connected to planet Earth. But let's see what else is written here. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. So you might be overwhelmed with your own awareness of with a lot of people's opinions right now, and you've probably forgotten at this moment in time what your true voice is, what your truth is. But with deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. I mean, the message is quite direct, my friend. You know what the answer is. So probably what you have forgotten is how to center yourself, or what activities helped you center yourself. And these activities might be not might probably be the ones that you usually don't resort to or wouldn't consider as activities that help you, ground yourself and get out of that airheaded probably is not the right word, but chaotic mental chatter. And I feel like some activities that will help you have clarity of mind, you are not doing it. Probably out of, um, when we don't do activities that we know would bring greater things to us, there is a fear of actually living a life or living the life or living that specific dream that will create so much joy in your life. It's that either there is a fear that it won't actualize, or the fear that if it actualizes, what will you lose, and that keeps you crippled and stuck in a place. So because of that, we resort to not do activities that actually creates greater for us. Interesting, right? How easily we sabotage ourselves. So let's see why, or how have you forgotten this. I perceive that you guys like know very magical, fun, interesting ways to actually calm yourself down and become more, one with your own energy. But with the chaos or the noises or the voices in your head, you've forgotten how to do this. So a lot of clearing is required. Swimming, if that is possible for you, will help a lot, is what I'm receiving. Going out for a run, uh, and I'm receiving, I'm like, when I'm getting visuals, it's more like not doing jumping jacks, but doing stepper jump for some odd reason, because those are different planes, and I wonder what that would mean. Maybe understanding that um, different planes have different energy, and jumping between them, it's going to dissipate some sort of stuck energy within you. That's what I'm receiving. Just see for yourself if that works for you. Definitely wearing more earthy colors if that is possible, or just walking. What I do is, so when I can't go outside, the plants that I have at home, so the plant pots are really big, and once watered and it's a little dry, the mud is very wet. It's not too wet, it's wet enough, and it's cold. So I'm receiving that visual, that keeping your feet on cold not hard, but somewhat soft earth is also going to help you. So, why or how have you forgotten this? We have the brown bear, the two of stones here. And I'm going to pull one more card. Okay. Wow, we had the Ace of Scrolls come up for pile number 1. So we have two of stones, 6 of mirrors, and 8 of spirals. So I just, like I said, within that image, I was perceiving how you've forgotten this is by giving other people's opinion power over your own self, your own journey, like giving it more significance or giving it significance actually. And with two of stones, like, see, what wasn't I saying, stepper between two, I mean, doing that stepper exercise, two of stones, you might be juggling a lot between opinions. And with six of mirrors, I perceive some of this energy might be what you are considering. Not the energy, but the opinion given to you might be from someone whom you consider as a mentor. And I'm getting reminded of Narnia Part 1, where I think it was James McAvoy who played a character which was half human, half, I don't know, it was goat or something like that. That's what I'm getting reminded of, though. Yeah, you seem like a happy-go-lucky person. Maybe that's why I'm getting, stepping between stones, skipping stones, or you might be a person who is so lightweight or light on their feet and have a grip on your core. You actually have a grip on your core and you know how to jump stones without slipping or getting yourself without getting hurt, basically. And that is probably the essence, the lightheartedness, the answer of what feels right. Like I said, you know which stone to step on, with what force, and how to place your leg. It's that natural to you. It's just that you've forgotten because you've let other people's opinion become stronger than what your own awareness is. Probably you're doing this to take an action that because you might feel time bound, whereas you are a person who gauges energy. And with Ace of Scrolls here, it's like you do have that clarity of mind. With the Dreamer card beneath this, and the Six of Mirrors, which is this is the Knight of Cups, I perceive that you receive a lot of messages in your dreams. But to get clarity about it, I feel like you have to go out in nature and ground yourself, meditate on those dreams, write down whatever is coming in your dreams these days, and probably use colors and paints to define it. You don't have to make a picturesque thing, just that let that color flow onto the canvas, even if it's like an A4 size sheet of paper on a ruled paper, whatever it is. Let that flow out of you and let that image come out within that sheet of paper, and meditate on that image. It's going to strike some information within you, which is going to help you to really align with your truth, with what is deep in your heart, and see how even though we are being shown the mountains and the river beside, but it's still a shade of sea green. It's not totally blue. So again, representing the heart center here. And with the painting and all, I got reminded of how I was telling you guys have a very creative, fun, magical way of connecting with your center. And that's what you have forgotten, and you need to incorporate this. So let's see what will happen or how it's going to influence your life once you learn how to incorporate this. Self-esteem. I mean, And we have guilt here at the bottom of the deck. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. And how many of these beliefs are not even what you know are at your core? Probably it's that of those around you, their fears that you have internalized, and you might be feeling off balance, off kilter, not stable right now. And with self-esteem here, we have I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. How aligned with your energy, like if you look at the background color of this card, it is very much the color associated with the palette of earthen colors, right? So like I said, do try and wear earthy colors. Pile number 2, that's going to help you a lot. And how it's going to what is going to be influenced, or how your life is going to be influenced once you integrate this, is that your creativity with life, with handling situations, is going to give you that boost of energy, that confidence that, come what may, you can handle life. That saying, the simplest saying, if you get lemons, you make lemonades out of it. And even if you at that point think you don't have resources, your creativity is such that will help you create something out of nothing. That's the energy you have. And the more you learn to incorporate your own inner awareness, which you've forgotten amongst the cesspool, I would say, of everyone's opinions, once you learn what your true voice is by grounding more, by doing more earthy activities, you are going to be so confident in the choices that you make. You will be like, even if it doesn't work out, let me just do it for the fun of it. That is what you are going to incorporate more of in your life. So yeah, I'm going to pull one last card from this deck to see what can be a supportive message for you during this journey. And these cards are the mindful living inspiration cards. One card, please. We have inspiration. So it says inspiration affirmation. You can take a screenshot if you would like. And it says, when I feel stuck, I know I can seek inspiration in a person, book, song, or poem. I allow this inspiration to awaken some part of me that was previously dormant. Like I said, you are extremely creative, pile number 2, and your own creativity is going to help you ground and listen to what is true to you and deep within your heart, as to what path you need to take right now. So that's it from my side. I hope this reading was helpful for you in some way, shape, or form. Thank you so much for joining. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in future readings. Hi, pile number 3. So if you chose this card, this card here, this is your reading, and actually I got 2 cards for you. And these cards here are going to represent what you have forgotten. Please excuse, I just had water, so, and I am breathing heavily a little because I was running around. And we have these 2 cards here. How interesting. We have this yin and yang symbol here as well. And we have the infinity, the Ankh, as per my understanding, and we have the star. So with this card here alone, I'm perceiving that you might have forgotten. I mean, in the simplest of terms, my friend, you've forgotten to be kinder to yourself. And it feels like you are more in this energy of proving everyone, everything, that you are right, they are wrong. And in that sense, you've forgotten a sense of peace and calmness within you. And even with this big tree here, I feel like resting is something you are not taking into consideration right now, which is probably taking a big or huge toll, especially energetically on your body. I also feel like it's creating that, cloudy, milky, cloudy energy around you, which is making you frustrated, because I feel like that's coming in front of your pathway. So you're not able to see your pathway currently. So what you've forgotten is actually being relaxed and having a balanced approach towards life. So let's see what we have here. We have balance. We have love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And here we have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Okay. Um, balance, yes, but I'm like I said, you know how there is that milky, cloudy fog or mist, and I just don't feel that it's in front of you. It's covering you right now, because of which you're not able to see your path ahead. And with manifesting miracles, how it says, your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. I perceive that if there are some tough choices, because we have balance here, that you need to take, and tough in the sense that might be tough for you energetically, it feels like there is a need for balancing boundaries more than anything else, and that is going to help you trust in the fact that your actual pathway is there. Your target is in sight. It hasn't gone anywhere. You are not lost. But establishing these boundaries is very important, because it seems like with that mist around you, it's symbolizing two things. One, that you need to reflect within as of now, and not seek, validation for your actions. Like I said, proving yourself and seeking validation from people, even people who are very close to you, is what I'm perceiving. And so it may be like you need to create boundaries with your own self as to how much you depend on other people's approval of you, so that you know you are on the right path. Yeah. And what you've forgotten with this is like, of course, it's balancing energy, establishing boundaries, but more so it's like you have forgotten how much trust you probably had in your choices way before. And I would say this could be two timelines, probably childhood and also a time period. And I feel like this is a time period in your career where it could be you were getting your education. So it could be school, undergrad, postgrad, something like that, or a course you took, which was probably like a 6-month course, some diploma, something that you took of your interest. And you felt the ultimate sense of freedom at that time. That's what I'm perceiving. Or it could be even a small course. It doesn't have to be, an academic course. So probably photography, cooking, pottery, skating, or adventure sports like that. Adventure for me, at least. So those kind of things did make you feel, at one with the essence of who you are. And at that time, I perceive that you might have even actualized a lot of things. Thoughts becoming to reality was very evident to you. So I feel like that energy is what you have forgotten, and that came from the fact that you had boundaries about, like, in a non-constricting or restricting way with others and within yourself, to chase, not, I wouldn't say the word chase, but really, with that energy of excitement, sense and perceive the energy of what is fun for you, and actually following that energy, the energy of joy. So essentially, you've forgotten to follow your own joy in the midst of trying to prove to yourself or even to others that you are great. You are great just as you are, pile number 3. Okay, you don't have to prove to anybody, including yourself. Just be in allowance of all of your parts. the good, the bad, the ugly, the greatest, the ugliest. And by allowance, I mean it's not that you take or make choices unconsciously, it's that you be kinder towards yourself and an allowance of those parts of you that you hide from everybody, including you. Only then can you work with those energies. Otherwise, you will always be at the effect of them. So, essentially, pile number three, forgot what you've forgotten, you can remember by doing shadow work and a lot of deep self reflection. There's a need to do a lot of journaling around confronting questions like what emotions are uncomfortable for you to sit with when you truly align with who you are. Is that the emotion of being actually happy? Do you think that it will take, it will be taken away from you, or that you're not deserving? And if so, where did that come from? From whom did you buy the lie that you are not deserving of being happy? And because of which probably you created coping mechanisms. What coping mechanisms are those? Is it binge watching? Is it binge indulgence in social media? Is it binge eating? Is it, not confronting your own inner self? It's not about confronting others, but your inner self, where you give into other people's desires so that you don't feel conflicted or that you are the wrong person. Guilt is some energy that I'm perceiving here, which is blocking what your strength is that you have forgotten as of now. Even though it's not specifically about strength that we were discussing, but that's what's coming for you, pile number three. So I'm going to shuffle these tarot cards here. This is the Chrysalis Tarot. Let's see why or how you've forgotten this particular thing. Hmm. There is a lot of resistance. Please, 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 no. You have the right to be kind to yourself. Okay. So, pile number three. Okay, we have too many cards. So, we have 4 cards here for you. At the bottom of the deck, we have, wow, the Magician. Like I said, manifestation is strong with this one. May the 4th. Okay, and 3 of Swords. It's the 3 of Scrolls. See how this poor little fox is crying. So we have 3 of Swords for you in reverse. Divine Child, the Hierophant. Wow, this is like an intense reading, which I didn't expect for pile number 3. And we have 9 of Scrolls. That's the 9 of Swords. And we have my friends. I mean, some of the worst cards of the Swords Tarot. I'm not trying to blame you on anything. It's just that is how intensely you are feeling right now. 8 of Scrolls. No wonder I felt like saying there's an intense requirement of journaling, because scrolls, I associate it with writing also, because it's the air element, the element of communication. The only element of earth that we have here is the divine child, and that's the Hierophant. Okay, I need a minute here, pile number 3. How did you forget is, I feel like you forgot this because you stopped taking care of your inner child. As simple as that. And why did you forget this? So that you don't have to look. I perceive that you might have been called out as too childish or very immature in your whenever you try to express your creative needs, which was not kind to you at all, and at the cost of not looking naive or innocent, you started doing activities which and like using your own high potential that you have with your mental capacity in a way that would make you look intelligent or more, I would say, like more mature, or more for your age, or more someone would look up to, the hierophant. So it's ironical in a way, because the hierophant is like a sage or a priest, and we have the divine child here. And how we ironical in the 3D realm, because we tend to forget that children are such huge sources or of inspiration for us to connect with our divine intellect, with our curiosity, with our interests, that actually nurtures our intelligence. And because it was not treated or responded to or reciprocated in the way that would have nurtured you, you resorted to activities that would make you look more intelligent, more even in a way like intimidating, because I feel like your joy, like we were discussing in these two cards only, like following your joy made you look childish, is what you concluded from everyone's opinion of you. And so with the in Hindi they say dil pe patthar rakh ke, so that's literally putting, um a hard rock or a stone on your heart, and like curbing your desires from the heart center, and then not having coherence with your mind and your heart, and thus over activating your mind in a way to make you look intelligent. You might have compromised your health because of this, pile number 3. Wow. So though this activity or this experience, I would say, of you not getting, that's why I was saying recognition, yeah. And that's why, that white mist, that cloudy mist is around you, because you need to give yourself the validation that you're seeking, nobody else. You are validated in this universe just because you are. Please know that. Don't hold resentment towards even yourself, actually, first of all, for expressing the creative genius that you were. And you still are. It's just that you need to relearn or rewire your brain into, following your heart's desire, your heart's joy in every moment. Take out a few days if you can, and in every moment do activities that answer the question of, is this fun for me right now, is this joyful for me? And there is an exercise that we do in Access Consciousness. It's called 10 seconds increments. So every 10 seconds ask yourself, what else is fun for me? Every 10 seconds. Like if you were, I'm not trying to be morbid here, but if you were to get, if these 10 seconds are the last 10 seconds of your life, what would be the most fun thing to do? So I'm not trying to get into literal questions here, please understand that. I'm just trying to say, if that's the energy you're operating from, what would be the most like the biggest priority for you that would create joy and fun in you right now? Is it to go get an ice cream? Is it just to jump over your bed? Is it to sit and relax? Every 10 seconds, try asking, what is fun for you right now? What is fun for you now? What would be fun to do now? Who would be fun? Like, what would be fun as a conversation to have with somebody? Who would it be fun to interact with right now? Questions like these, and like journaling, shadow work, it's going to help you a lot. Pile number 3. So let's see how your life will be influenced when you learn to, or when you integrate this, knowing this creative genius and looking within rather than outside into your life. Actually, literally, like when you start embodying that divine child within you, what is your life going to look like? And everywhere you feel that you exploding into your capacities, your awareness is going to drive people away, and so you try to live a small life. What if now is the time to let go of that and truly explode your powers into your powers outside of you, and not implode and destroy your own essence? So what will your life be like? We already have two cards. Do we take all of, no, so we have three cards. Let's take this one. We take all of these. That's what I'm getting guided towards. So, but then in this order, so we have discipline, loneliness, and wow, freedom. Sorry. But see how of three cards, two are in the tonality and shades of blue, which tells me yes, your self expression is very important, very, very important. So we have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. This seems to be one important topic for you. I feel like the more you followed your joy, you might have been told that you don't have balance, that you are not stable, but that is far from the truth, because you actualized probably a lot of miracles in your life when you were following your truth. And following the awareness, the energy that you are aware of, that you are perceiving, requires discipline. And this discipline here, I feel, is that the discipline to look within, to follow your own intelligence rather than giving importance to other people's opinion of you, or of them telling you what is right or wrong. We have loneliness. I know that I am never alone. See, the more I have seen this happen. Of course, there's a, like, whenever you go through change, there's a phase of emptiness, or numbness even. But the point at which you give yourself the opportunity to experience new, and especially from a place of this is what is true for you, and it feels abundant energetically too, you will call in people who are at the same frequency as you are. So you are not going to be alone. And more than that, I would say you have a deep connection with the spiritual world. You have a lot of spirit guides, a lot of angels wanting to help you. Pile number 3, Archangel Michael is not just the epitome of protection and strength. I would say he will also help you a lot in cutting through BS and looking at what is true for you. Pile number 3. So I would suggest you connect with that archangel. He is amazing, so beautiful. And again, Archangel Zadkiel. I think I recommended Archangel Zadkiel to either pile number, I think it was pile number 2 or 1. I don't remember. And we have freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. How does it get any better than this? So this is how it's going to actualize into your life. It's discipline towards listening to your own energy is going to give you the freedom you've been seeking. Pile number 3. That is what I'm receiving from this. You are a magician. You are a person who has all the resources to actualize the life they want. You have that vision. Your third eye is open. But if there is that cloudy mist, it's because you need to look within, not outside. And I'm just going to pull one last card from this Mindful Living Inspiration cards to see what affirmation comes through for you. You can take a screenshot of the card if you would like. So as I wanted one card for each pile, we never got that, I think. So we have 2 cards here. Like I said, protection. Archangel Michael is definitely an energy you need to connect with. Pile number 3. So we have energy protection affirmation. You can take a screenshot. My body is surrounded by a golden bubble of light the color of honey, shimmering and luminous. This bubble offers me protection so that only energies that serve my highest purpose can get in. So, this is also going to help you move forward without internalizing people's judgments, projections, and even the projections that you have created. Because there will be that protective layer, I feel like then you can see clearly, or at least start to categorize which is yours and which is not, and either way, releasing them from your system. And Archangel Michael can definitely help you with that. And we have tending to the tasks of daily life affirmation. I am patiently loving in my home and create a sanctuary for myself and those who share my space. If you want, you can definitely take a screenshot of this. Like I said, that 10-second increment exercise, try to include that in your daily activity, or your schedule even. Not just even, but in your schedule, where every 10 seconds you ask, is this fun for me, is this fun for me? And that could be as minute as going and washing your face, but do it, because that then you are reprogramming yourself or shifting your consciousness more towards perceiving and following your awareness. Okay, pile number 3. I hope that that was helpful to you in some way, shape or form. Definitely share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you in future readings. Bye bye.